Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. Lord knows the world says enough not nice things about us, and so we are here to say some good stuff about us, to set ourselves up for success, and to remind ourselves of who we really are. So, good morning to everybody who's here today. It's wonderful to see you, Lauren. Good morning, Jan. Hi, Jan. You're on 285. Road tripping with the mouse. Well, have a wonderful road trip, Jan. Have a wonderful road trip, Meows. Uh, let's see. You guys are headed down to Texas, so enjoy the wonderful trip there. Good morning, Shauna. Good morning, Tony. Tony's coming in from Florida. Good morning, Lauren. Yeah, let's see here. Wonderful to see all of you ladies here today. Thank you guys so much for being here. All right, so we are here today to say some good stuff about us. I'm going to pull a card off the top of my I am deck. I'm going to ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we speak these very powerful words into our world, we are changing up our own experience and ultimately are giving ourselves the ammunition that we need in order to live actualized lives. So let's have some fun. Pull a card off the top of the deck and say that today I am clever. I am clever. My solutions are creative and original. So I am clever. My solutions are creative and original. Are you clever? You are clever. Your solutions are creative and original. I'm going to write that down in the chat, and I encourage you to write that in the chat as well. When I say that I am clever, my solutions are creative and original. All right, I am clever, and you are clever as well. Together, we create creative and original solutions. Together, we are here to show the world that we can live our lives not so much on the default settings, that we can choose our reality and have it be different than the way that the world thinks that we ought to live our lives, and that we can do it with a great level of success. Everybody that I know has, in one way or another, made a different life choice, has somehow tweaked the knobs on life to make different choices, and the different choices that we've made have caused us to end up in different places. And maybe it's a physical place, maybe it's just a mental mindset kind of a place. The fact is that we are clever, that our solutions are creative and original, and that the reason that we are able to that we are able to bring forth these creative and original solutions is because of the fact that we've made different choices in the past. When we make different choices, we get to experience different results. And part of experiencing different results is growing as a person. Is when we make a choice that is not um, when we make a choice that is not a socially normative choice. If it's not the one that most everybody around us makes, then we are going to have a life that is different than the one that the folks around us have. And one of the side effects of having that different life is that we're going to deal with different problems. We're going to grow in different ways. We are going to also get to experience different joys, different satisfactions. And so when we make these different choices, we're going to have to come up with different solutions, because the tried and true social solutions that work for everybody else are not going to work for us because we've made different choices. And so I am clever, and you are clever as well, and our solutions are creative and original. I know that we are on a creative and original solution right now. The wake up call was born of my desire to get out of bed in the morning and go do life, but I couldn't find anything that could inspire me to get out of bed. And so I realized that if I would just put on a little show every morning at 9 a.m., then it would force me to get out of bed at like 8:30 in order to produce this show. And so I do that, and even when I don't necessarily want to get out of bed in the morning, I do get out of bed because of this show, because I'm interested in, I'm interested in being here doing this because I have people who are going, expecting me to be here. And it's helped me to be tremendously disciplined in my life. And that discipline has given me a huge amount of other benefits, not just related to the wake up call, but related to my life as a whole. And so I am clever, and you are clever as well. And when I look at the people around me, I recognize that all of us have, in one way or another, made different choices. We've made very different choices, and these different choices have empowered us to really learn more about ourselves, more about the world, and ultimately to interface with society, interface with our own humanity differently than the way that the majority of our peers do it. And so we have to be clever. And this is such a good thing because it grows us in ways that we never would have been grown before. I remember that when I left the country, when I was 27 years old, I left the country and I moved to Central America, and I ended up being there for about 7 years. And I remember when I first went down there, I was absolutely astounded at how resilient and expedient the people there were. How it seemed like they just didn't have so many of the advances that existed in modern society, because it was still the developing world where I was living. And yet they when they had a problem, they solved it. They solved it in creative ways. And I remember being so impressed and thinking to myself, wow, I wish that I had that kind of like mental flexibility to see to take just what was lying around me and make it and then make a really cool solution out of that. Well, let me tell you, by the time I spent 7 years in Central America, I not only was I was doing that all the time, I was doing that I was doing that every single day because I had to deal with a whole lot of different problems that I wouldn't have ever come across in the United States. I had to deal with all manner of things that didn't work out the way that I thought they should, and then I had to scramble and figure out solutions. And after 7 years of that, well, my solutions truly were creative and original. And so we don't have to put ourselves into a completely different life situation in order to foster and develop these skills. But we should understand that for any given choice in a society, there is a normal choice. There is a normal thing that everybody chooses, or that the vast majority of people choose. The further away that we get from that normal choice, then the more that we have to be creative and that we have to be original because we're going to deal with problems that are dealt with less often than the ones that our peers around us deal with. Consequently, there are fewer tried and true solutions, and we have to look around with what we got, and then we have to use what we have in order to solve these issues. And the further away the choice is that we make from whatever the normal social choice is, and this goes for any kind of a choice that we could possibly make, then then we will have to use our cleverness and use our creativity and use our originality to make different choices to solve the things that come up. And so I am clever, and you are clever as well, and our solutions are creative and original. So let's see what you guys have to say about this. Uh, let's see here. So I know. Let's see. All right. So good morning. Let's see. Good morning, Silk. Nice to see that you are here today. I love it. Jan calls this redneck fabulous, and it's such a trip. The when I moved down south, I gained a tremendous respect for just how well expedient the people around me are about getting things done, and just coming up with new and creative solutions. And Jan refers to that as redneck fabulous, and it's a great fun way of thinking about it. Let's see. Uh, all right. So Jan says my intuition drives my cleverness. Hey, good morning, Amy Joe. I haven't seen you here for a little while. It's wonderful to see you today. Um, let's see. Shauna says, I used to use my cleverness to manipulate. Learned that karma can most definitely be a bitch. After changing to an honest life, I get to use the skill for good and loving the fruits. Oh, that's such a cool perspective, Shauna. I can totally resonate with that because I used to use my cleverness to manipulate as well, and I can't say that I'm proud of all the ways that I used, the speed that my brain operates in the past. And yeah, that definitely it certainly came back to me as well. And well, I certainly don't want to ever go back to living that way. And so at this point, I choose to use it for good. I choose to use it for edifying other people and for making the world a better place to the best of my ability. So let's see. Good morning, Lane. Wonderful to see you here today. Good morning, Susan. Let's see. Looks like that is everybody who has hopped on the wake up call today. So yeah, I will return tomorrow with another one of these. Definitely, Pepper is going through for an animal theme today, and it's always fun when a raccoon shows up in my life. It's so cute. Don't tell her I said that, but it's so cute. Anyways, I will talk to you.
Them out back.
That's true. We have heard them out back. Uh, Anyways, I will return tomorrow with another one of these cards, and we will go through them again, and we will continue to say good stuff about us. We'll continue to build into our own lives. So I want to say thank you guys so much for being here. Good morning again to all the folks who come here. So Lauren and Jan, Shauna, Tony. Wonderful to see you ladies here today. I know Meows is here as well. Nice to see you. Good morning. Let's see here. Good morning to Silk and to Amy Jo and to Lane and to Susan. Wonderful to see you all here as well today. Thank you so much for being here. I will return tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with another one of these. And until then, I love you. I care about you. I think that you're amazing. All the best at whatever it is that you're doing today, wherever you go, whatever you do, you got this. And no matter what life throws at you, you are going to have a clever and original solution, a creative and original solution to get yourself through it. So I'll talk to you, my beautiful friends, tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, I love you, I care about you, and I'll talk to you then. Aloha from paradise.